Takes us now to our focus report that trains its lens on the Finnish prison system. Because in time most inmates will be released back into society, most Western prison systems aim not merely to punish criminals but also to rehabilitate them. Yet in many countries, including France, the prison system has often become synonymous with overcrowded cells, derelict infrastructure and repeat offences, with jails sometimes depicted as little more than crime schools. In Finland, however, many detainees are sent to low-security facilities where they interact with the local community, have jobs and prepare a smooth return to society. Chris Moore and Mohamed Farhat report on a surprising method that has stood the test of time.
Suomenlinna, a popular tourist site a short boat ride from Helsinki. Here, crowds share the cobbled streets with workers in fluorescent uniforms. They're not municipal employees, but inmates at the island's prison. And that comes as a surprise to some visitors.
Prison. Oh.
Maybe if they only have done something, that's not that heavy, so then it's okay.
Maybe it helps people there to be more socialized and to become more open for the new life. But it's unusual.
But open prisons raise few eyebrows among Finns. They've been part of the landscape here since the 1960s, when Scandinavia embarked on a policy of so-called decarceration. Frenchman Bruno Guillard is a warden at Kerava, just north of the capital, where many inmates do paid jobs.
About 1/3 of the prisoners work outside for the National Forestry Commission. Others work in civilian jobs, as long as they have authorization. And the rest work here on site.
Part of that site is the prison farm. Like most detainees here, this man is deemed to be low risk and is serving out his sentence after time in a normal jail. Now he spends his days tending the lambs.
Yeah. That's Helmi and Arto. Like you see them, they're like my kids. Like Artu, Helmi, Carlitos, and Yama. Feeding them too, so they grow strong.
Did you imagine doing this in prison?
Never. Never.
Do you think a prison like this will stop you committing crime in the future?
Oh yeah, it's good a system here. It's good because they treat you different. They want you to be a better person for the future, So they give you an opportunity.
But does this softly approach, which can include 3 days holiday every couple of months, really mean better results once prisoners are released? Tapio Lapisepala is head of criminology at the University of Helsinki.
So you can't say for sure if it has an effect on reoffending?
I could say that nothing is so sure that you could say, but every indicator shows that, yes, it works better.
I guess you think that the Scandinavian countries, Finland, have a better approach. Explain why you think it's better. I mean, across the board.
It's a principle of normality that to arrange the contents of the prison so that there is not a huge difference with the outside world, which will make them, those who are in prison, easier to cope with the free society.
Is there any opposition to the current system?
Well, no. No, in that sense, because it has a long history in Finland. So we don't see that it's something very peculiar.
Back at Kerava, this inmate is rueing lost time as he nears the end of a 2-year sentence.
Okay, I stabbed a guy, but, it wasn't because I was out of my head or, I didn't have a reason for it. I mean, he attacked me and, I reacted.
This young Finnish American says the country's prisons have taught him a lesson, but that might not be the case for everyone.
It's not anything to be scared of. Most, or some at least, they take it for granted. So I mean, they'll come here and they'll do their time, and once they get out, they'll keep on doing the same shit. Others, they'll come here, they'll go through the whole scenario, and once they get out, they'll really want to change their lives. But I mean, it depends on the person.
Would you rather be in prison in Finland or the United States?
here, of course. That's the stupidest question ever.
1 point, 1 piste.
With some of the lowest rates of crime and incarceration in Europe, prison reformers often look to Finland as an example.